All right, welcome back to another little episode. This one,
yes, this one's going to be a little one. We have got a 3-day trip coming up, so we didn't want to not give you guys another episode, but we also wanted to give you a bit of a breakdown of what our first week on the road looked like.
Back on the road.
What it looks like. I'm tired.
To show you how we're going, anyway.
Yeah, we won't do this all the time, but we just wanted to show you what 1 week can look like.
Yeah. There's one reason why we wanted to go through money side of things, and because something is a lot more expensive than we planned it to be.
It's quite depressing.
Well, when we think about why it's that expensive, you can see why, but yeah. Anyway, it won't be what we're going to tell you. It's not going to be this all the time. I'll tell you that much.
No way.
No.
Anyway, so we'll go through like budget and stuff like that in a minute, and talk through what we've spent this week and what it can potentially look like when you're on the road.
Yeah.
First of all, I just wanted to go through and just kind of talk about how we found the first week. Like, technically, if you watched our videos, you'll know that we actually stopped at full-time traveling August 2023, so it's coming up to 2 years. So
yes.
For nearly 2 years we've been part-time and traveling, so it's been a bit
travel and work.
Yeah. So. Does it feel a bit more real that we're doing it full-time again? Does it not?
Not really.
Really? So it does for me.
It's because we're going. We've got a plan for something.
Yeah.
I mean, we never planned last time. We just went and we just didn't book anything. Give me another week and it won't feel like I'm going back to work, I reckon.
I don't know. It feels like we're back on the road full time, and and then I'm like, I'm thinking about the budget now, and I'm like, we're trying to, like, if you've been watching us, we're really trying to budget our travels this time. We didn't do it on our first lap. We really want to do it on this one, just to sort of allow us to go as long as we want to go before having to stop for work. So yeah, it's been a little bit different this time, but yeah.
This week's been full on though, I must say. I'm pretty buggered.
If you've been watching our daily episodes, you'll understand. If you haven't, what are you doing? Go back and watch them. But this is not how we like to travel.
No.
We do not like to do, every single day. Like, we've only stopped at one place for 2 days.
2 nights.
2 nights.
Yeah.
And the rest of the time has been every single day in the car driving. I just hate it.
But even though we stopped for 2 days, we were doing stuff all day. Not like we just chilled out at the van and the kids didn't chill out. We were actually doing something all day. So it's been a pretty full-on week, to be honest.
It's been hectic. And honestly, it's so tiresome. And a lot of people have said, just don't do the daily episodes. That's actually not what's making me tired.
No.
What's making me tired is the, the constant, you're either travelling in the car or you're doing something. And I think that's what we did wrong on our first lap too. I think we would just go all the time.
Yeah. We didn't go this fast, I wouldn't
No.
say.
No.
I don't think we could keep this up for ages.
No.
This last week, the amount of how much we've been driving anyway, it's just been nuts.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's honestly.
But settling back into the van life has been pretty good, actually.
Oh, it feels good. It feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good to, get outside again, be, on and off. We were obviously in the caravan park for so long while TJ was working, so being off grid, having a fire again, all that sort of stuff.
Getting back to camping.
Yeah, it's just what we love.
Glamping, sorry. But
anyway, I think the kids have really, they've got back into it again. They're used to driving, and I don't know.
Freddie's heaps better. Because he's older. Like, he was real bad, eh? Like, he was pretty bad in the car, and now he's wicked. Yeah. Obviously, they got their iPads, they listen to music, all that kind of stuff. If they didn't have that, I don't think we'd survive. So.
Oh gosh, no. Could you imagine?
I don't know how people do it. Good on yous. I know people parent differently, and we're all about the technology. Sorry. In the car, they get their iPads.
All right, so we'll go into budget because we've had a week on the road now.
1 week.
It's Saturday night. You're seeing this on Sunday.
Yes. We weren't going to do this so soon, but it's because one of our totals, I guess you can call it, one of our...
It's pretty hectic.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, and we were going to wait for longer, say a month or so, but we're doing a weekly one because we're going to let you know what we spent on this one. So.
Yeah, so we've got a full week. We can give you a breakdown, and
let's get into it.
Oh God! So I'm going to show you from less amount to the most amount. Okay, so let's get in. How much money did we spend on dining out this week?
This one's very good for us, I reckon.
It's surprising.
Very good. This is
0.
We didn't buy any food anywhere.
No food, no servo food, not
Nothing.
a first little we haven't got time for breakfast, let's go to the servo.
No bakery.
No bakeries, honestly.
We were bad for servos.
Yeah.
Like, I'd get fuel and we get like a few dim sims or something. We spent nothing this week.
Nothing.
Yeah.
No dining out, no taking, nothing.
I reckon that's really good for us.
That is fantastic.
Yes.
And that was our goal this time. Like, yes, we won't never not do it again, but we really wanted to rein it in because we've said it, like $10, $20 here and there. Oh, it adds up.
And you get so much, for your takeaway money, you get so much at the grocery store for that. So, yeah, that's real big for us. 0 for dining out.
Because I definitely would rather spend, say, $30 at the supermarket rather than $50 takeaway. And
it's crazy.
The difference is crazy.
But yeah.
Anyway, second one on the list is alcohol. Obviously, TJ doesn't drink.
0 for me.
I got a 6-pack. That was all. It's $21. Easy peasy. Done. Miscellaneous. So that's just all your bits and pieces like firewood, magnets.
We got a few magnets from 2 towns we went to.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
Yeah, that was it. That was a quick one. That was $59.50. Obviously, firewood was pretty expensive. Obviously, we'll try and get our own when we can.
I was planning to stop at rest stops and find dead trees and that, but the 2 we stopped at on the way here didn't bloody have any trees around. It's like someone cleaned them all out. So
Ready for Easter.
Yeah, I couldn't pick any firewood up. But I will get on top of that. I will be collecting firewood as we go around.
All right, so next one was experiences. So obviously we went to Lightning Ridge. That was the only spot that we could, do anything as such. Everywhere else was free camps and stuff. So we did the Amigos Castle and the opal mining.
Yeah.
And that was $92.65.
There we go. Under $100, not too bad.
Not too bad.
It's always going to be a bit pricey for things, when you do experiences, but that's not too bad for the week, I suppose.
Again, like I said in the actual Lightning Ridge video, you've just got to pick and choose what you want to do. And there was something that I wanted to go to the cactus nursery. But again, that would have been another $30, $40. And it
all adds up, and we're trying to not spend so much. So sacrifice. You got to sacrifice stuff. So what was that? 92.
92.65. Don't round down.
You got to round down. It makes it sound better. Right, I'll do the next one. Vehicle expenses. So I bought got some grease for the car. I'm going to do something else to the car. And I bought a grease gun and that just to grease everything up on the van. That came to $104. So that's kind of something I'll keep using. So some stuff you need, and that was something we needed.
Yeah. So
there is so like we do have stuff coming up like caravan servicing, car servicing. That's going to be expensive as well. So, but we'll let you know about that.
But this is just literally like this is not including, insurances.
This is none of our bills.
None of that.
No, we have bills still, everyone.
Yeah, on top of this.
Yes.
Okay, so this is literally just what travelling would cost you, not all the other stuff like Starlink and.
Everyone's bills are different. So we're just telling you what everyone should have. Most of these things on this list here, you just won't have all the same bills as us. So.
No. Okay.
You can do this one.
Accommodation. All right, this one I'm really proud of us as well because on our first lap we were glued to the caravan parks. I mean, we've said it a load of times. We wish we had set ourselves up better at the start, like more solar, more batteries, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Because really, paying $100 at night at a caravan park ruined us.
Well, we didn't really know. It didn't ruin us. We didn't know that.
I mean,
that was just normal.
It was a lot of money.
It was. When we finished, we knew it was a lot of money, but that was just normal. We were just going to caravan parks, $100. All right.
Gosh.
The worst ones were $100. They weren't all $100. I'd say the minimum would be $75. Yeah. That's a night, and we'd spent quite a few days there. So sometimes you can't help it, but we're going to make sure we help ourselves out this time by not going to caravan parks.
Yeah, and if we do, you just choose to how many days do you go there, like then you weigh it out with free camps, all that sort of stuff.
And then always check if they've got unpowered, because it's some of them have unpowered sites and it's cheaper, so and you can still use 90% of the time. The ones I've asked, they let you fill your tanks up on the way in, so you can still do your washing in your van and you still got water, so always look for that option as well.
Alright, so accommodation for this week was $158. I think that's brilliant. So if you've watched a few of our episodes, we're pretty much on this lap, we're going off the $30-ish a night for accommodation. And if we spend more one night, we're going to try and free camp the other nights just to sort of even out. So we've done better than expected this week. That's pretty good. I'll give you a high five.
Yeah, that's good.
So that was 2 nights at Lightning Ridge for $42 a night, and one where we're at the moment, $74 a night. which might seem hefty, but again, we've done 4 nights off grid, free camping,
Yeah.
you know, so that all evens out. So another thing, yeah, like you said, so the Lightning Ridge one was $42. The powered site was only like $10 more. So where we used to always go wrong as well, we were like, oh, it's only $10. Let's go get powered. But then that also accumulates.
Adds
so
up, it just keeps adding up.
it's just something we're doing differently this time. So again, technically we've saved ourselves like $20 this week by going unpowered instead of powered. Does that make you feel better?
No, it's not too bad. I thought that was alright anyway.
Yeah.
For being in a caravan park where you are, like it's a tourist hotspot, so $42. That's alright. I think this one was pretty high too, now I look at it.
It's high because I'll talk why.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so the next one is food. Okay, so food for the week. This sounds crazy. $788.97, and I'll tell you why. So the first shop we did on Saturday before we left on Sunday was $566. And the reason why, so our normal shopping, we've budgeted around $400 a week. And that's, you know, hopefully everything, you know, top ups and everything like that. It was a little bit more because I filled up the just in case cupboard. I've got a just in case cupboard down here with extra stuff, right? Like we said, we'd rather, you know, spend a little bit more at the, you know, supermarkets than going to a servo in case we, you know, run out of stuff. So I've got a just in case cupboard. Yeah. So we kind of filled up on more stuff this time just to get us up to where we want to be while we're travelling.
You bought a lot of nappies,
baby wipes.
But yeah, you've still got heaps of stuff under there that we can use in the future now. So
yeah, so definitely had to do like almost like a shop and then a top up on top of that just to get us to the level we like to be at while travelling. That is high. And we don't need it to be that high every week. It's just because we were topping up. And then today, because we're going on to the next spot, we just got half of our shopping because we're at least another good couple of days from a supermarket. So that was an extra $222. So that should have essentially been in next week's budget. But because we're not going to be near a shop for a good few days, we had to do it a little bit earlier. So it's come into this week's budget. But technically, it's in next week's. Yeah. And we won't be going over next week. So next week will be $400 easy. And that's done and dusted. But it's just slipped into this week. So
it should be less than $400.
It will. Yes, it will be. So so next week it'll be like $170.
Yeah.
So it all evens out, but it's just happened to be in this week's budget, and that's
just depending where you are, where there's a Woolworths, Coles.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's hard to find Aldi's. We like Aldi.
We love Aldi.
But they're hard to find when you go remote. But yeah, so when there's Woolies, Coles, sorry, the phone's gone off. Make sure you're stocking up on those things that are better price than what IGA is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's awesome to help the local IGAs out, but when you're trying to live on the road, it's just so expensive. We do shop there. We like to top up at them. But our big shops are done at Coles and Woolies because you just get more for your money.
Yeah, if you can help it anyway.
Yes. So, all right. Here's the big one. If you haven't figured out what it is, it's obviously fuel because we haven't touched on that.
Oh gosh.
I'll give you the total first. So just for this week, we have spent $923.47. That is huge. It's just so averaging. Well, today it's gone. So we're at about 26 litres per 100. But it's just because we're driving every day.
Like we've driven 6 out of the 7 days.
Every day we've been driving, so that is going to cut right down. Like we said with the other stuff, we've got bookings to get to Camp for a Cure, so that's why we're just driving. And then now this place here we're for 3 days, so 3 nights here, so we won't even use bugger all fuel while we're here. So next week it should be bugger all.
Yeah.
But not bugger all, but $923 in a week is just crazy.
Obviously not everyone's going to be driving 6 out of the 7 days. Like that's what we've done is pretty hectic.
Yeah.
But it just shows you that, you know, slowing down, you know, stopping and staying at places for 3 nights, you know,
it helps.
It just completely changes your budget. Completely.
So once we go after Camp for a Cure, we'll probably base that off that, probably 3 nights. 3 nights, that's what we're going to base it off. 3 nights if we can. Longer obviously at some places, but every now and then the overnight stop to get to those places, but we don't want to be doing week of driving. It's just going to blow the fuel budget out of the water. Because like obviously I touched on this on the 2 episodes ago, talking about fuel economy, and we're bigger setup now. We're not going to get the same fuel economy. Well, saying that, we're not going to get the same fuel economy as I did in the Navara because I had a light Caravan. I think now it's gone up to 26 litres. I think I'm just over what the Land Cruiser was getting, but it's not that much difference. So I would have got the same if I did the driving for the full week with the 200 series. It would have been the same. I would have been spending maybe $20 less. But yeah. But even today, petrol was very cheap. It was a lot cheaper than diesel, and that was for good petrol, not 91. So it all matters on where you are, and that's it. That's it. Oh, we paid $2.20 was the most we paid. $2 something.
Oh, okay.
$2.20 was somewhere. That might have been just a road, like a 24-hour thing.
Yeah.
But which I don't usually fill up at. But yeah, it was expensive. So we spent a lot of money on fuel. That's why I wanted to do this video quickly, just to let people know if you're going to drive every day. Like some people they're on holidays, short holidays, and you're going to drive. So just be prepared for your fuel to be up there if you've got a big setup like us. But I think if you're just a weekend warrior, you're probably not going to have this kind of setup because you probably don't need something like this.
No. You're not going to travel, distances. The crazy distance we've just done in the last week.
So yeah.
Ooh.
So what was the grand total?
When we tallied that up on the calculator, we were like,
well, we got it there. How much is it for 1 week?
For 1 week, $2,147.59.
Wow, that's without bills, guys. So that's crazy.
Well, we can't keep that up.
We definitely won't be keeping that up. No way.
Oh, that's hectic. Could you imagine if we then stayed at caravan parks as well? That would have been an extra, 500 on top of that.
Yeah, crazy. So there we go.
Gosh.
I don't think we're going to beat that unless...
Oh, I don't know.
Well, if we keep driving, that takes away the experiences, so that's going to... You know what I mean? So I don't think we shouldn't beat that. But yeah, anyway, we'll see what happens with the budget from now on. We might mention it here and there. This is just a one-off maybe for us.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll let you know how we go. We won't go through it all, but we'll let you know how we go.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, so we didn't want to leave you without an episode today. But yeah, we just wanted to show you what life can look like on the road and how expensive it can be. Crazy. Obviously, it's not always like that, but it can be. Some weeks are just... Crazy. Wild. Anyway, back to daily episodes tomorrow. I hope you guys are enjoying them. Yeah. We are loving doing them for you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.